Welcome to the RadioU podcast. Coming up, why is NASA calling out Kim Kardashian?
Also, can Hudson figure out who killed DJ Ricky Reed?
All that and more on the way next. Happy Halloween! 8772 RadioU. Let us know what you're dressed up as. I'm dressed up as a old-timey gangster. Yeah, give me all your money. Yeah.
No,
Aly,
you're not.
What are you dressed up as?
I am currently dressed up as, I think my outfit probably gives like librarian.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that, librarian.
Yeah, you actually do look like a librarian. But I guess that you could kind of say that about anybody.
Yeah.
They can actually wear what I've seen some crazy librarians.
Oh, yeah?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Like crazy different hair.
Oh.
Like just not like the lady from the love interest from the Extremely Goofy movie.
Oh, okay.
They don't all look like that.
Don't all look like that.
We have lots of fun stuff planned for Halloween today. We're doing Halloween requests. If you can think of a RadioU song that fits on Halloween, 8772 RadioU, let us know. But also, I've heard some bad news.
What?
I've heard there's been a murder.
Oh, yes, indeed, Hudson. The year is 1987. The place, Hollow High's homecoming after party, held at the abandoned Crimson Hollow Mansion, where cheerleaders, the football team, and a few uninvited guests have gathered for one wild night. But before the midnight costume contest could even begin, tragedy struck. DJ Ricky Reed, the school's most popular and cockiest DJ, was found electrocuted by his own turntable setup. The lights flickered, the crowd screamed, and now it's up to you, Detective Hudson, to solve the case. Who killed DJ Ricky Reed?
Well, I won't be able to do it without the help of the RadioU listeners who should be able to chime in and show their support at 8772 RadioU. So this is going to be going on here for the next little while, where we'll throw in little tidbits about DJ Ricky Reed and his he's actually a DJ.
He's actually a DJ. He was DJing this after party
in 1987.
In 1987. And he was electrocuted by his own turntable.
All right. Well, we don't have much to go off of yet, do we?
No.
We're gonna have to work on that. So we'll come back to the DJ Ricky Reed murder as we go throughout the show today, and you can help solve it. Did you watch the Stranger Things Season 5 trailer yesterday? 8772 RadioU. Aly, I know you did because I saw you and Nene reacting to it on the RadioU socials. I had to scroll right past because I'm actually kind of disappointed in you.
Well, here's the thing. Nene just started playing it in the office out loud. And I was like, okay, if you're just going to play it, we need to film our reaction. And so that's what we did.
That's interesting, because if it was me and he started playing it in my office, I would have put my fingers in my ears and went, blah, 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 blah. Do not spoil any of Stranger Things Season 5 for me.
I honestly didn't think I was going to watch the trailer either, but because he started watching it, I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and make some content from this.
So without spoiling anything, who dies?
I think it's very obviously going to be Will and potentially other people as well.
I mean, one death in the whole season.
No,
come on.
I said it in my reaction. So many people are going to die in this season. I already know it. If Steve dies, that will be the real killer to my soul.
Yeah, that'd be a heartbreaker.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they are definitely setting up a Will sacrificial death because it started with Will and it's going to end with Will.
That doesn't feel... Like, I feel like nobody's attached enough to him for that to feel like it's going to mean a lot.
Exactly.
Like, he's definitely the lowest on the ranking of the main five.
We mentioned that, too. No one seems to really care about Will anymore. I think his character got a little annoying in the last season, at least for me. And so, and Nene mentioned that as well. Nene thinks 11 is the one who's going to have to die.
That would make sense. Hopper would make sense.
Another heartbreaker.
Come on. What I think that one's obvious.
I mean, yeah, but I don't want it to happen.
But they can't kill everybody, though, because then we'll all be sad. So, there has to be a handful of people
Nancy
die.
Nancy definitely has the final girl tag on her, so she's probably safe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not going to kill her.
Oh, yeah. What about Barb? Are we finally going to get some vengeance for Barb?
I don't know about that.
Well, it's nice to just have all this speculation. So wait, you're not trying to save all of Stranger Things for like the day that the finale comes out, like you're foolishly doing with Only Murders.
No,
are you?
we're watching it in 2 parts.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching it in 2 parts. So, but it will be a while. Like I think our plan is to watch it right after Christmas, the first section, and then right after New Year's, like on New Year's Day.
So I'm gonna come in here on the Monday after Thanksgiving.
And I will
you're
know
not going to have
nothing.
to see any of it. And the only thing we'll have to talk about then is Michigan beating Ohio State.
Stop.
You know, in honor of Halloween, our football picks have been so bad it's scary so far this season.
Do we want to give our records out? Your record's not that bad.
I don't know my records. I haven't looked. What is
Your
our
record
records?
is 21 and 25.
Okay.
My record is 17 and 29.
Ooh.
Getting pretty.
It's taking a turn for the worse.
Pretty bad over here.
Yeah.
At one point, I was 500, and I've taken a tumble.
Oh, we've got a big weekend. Let me say, this weekend, it doesn't seem like with Penn State not being the Penn State we expected.
Yeah.
The college matchups are not exactly marquee matchups that we thought we would be getting. But I do think this is the kind of weekend, the first Saturday in November, a lot of times this is when we get some like carnage going on.
We need a lot of teams on upset alert.
Whoever loses this week is going to have to do something in the style of Monster Mash on the show on Monday.
Yep.
Which will be extra punishment because it'll be after Halloween, so it'll be really confusing while we're doing it. Let's do game number 1.
Vanderbilt at Texas.
Oh, this is a tough one for me to pick. I did not believe in Vanderbilt last week, but somehow they pulled out the miracle against Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have not really believed in Texas this season. But I'm struggling with who to pick.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going with Vanderbilt here.
Of course you are. I'm going with Texas. Texas, if you haven't been keeping track, has been playing on the road all over the place. Not the toughest teams necessarily, but they've been winning tough road games.
They're finally home.
Vanderbilt's been playing well at home, but then again, against Missouri's backup quarterback and with fortunate officiating, they barely got out of Dodge with a win. Their strength is running the ball. Texas' defensive strength is stopping the run. If they make Vanderbilt have to throw, I think Vanderbilt's going to have a tough time. Texas is a very tough environment, so I'm picking Texas.
Okay.
And I don't even care if Arch Manning doesn't start. All right, game number 2.
Cincinnati at Utah.
Oh, I would love for the Bearcats to win this game, but I kind of think their luck might run out here. It's a hard environment to play on the road at Utah. It's a cross-country trip for them, so going with the Utes.
Yeah, I don't really trust Utah. Not like the team. I just don't trust them because they lie about whether their quarterback is going to play or not.
Yeah.
But even if their starting quarterback, Devin Dampier, doesn't play, I still think they're good enough that they should be able to escape. And I think he's going to play.
Another thing to mention here that's not helping Cincinnati out, Evan Pryor, their leading rusher, out in this game. That's a big deal.
That's going to be brutal. And they like to run. Let's move to the NFL.
Chiefs at Bills.
I'm going with the Bills here. I like them at home against the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a super close game, very competitive, very high scoring. But I think the Bills will get it done.
I also think the Bills will win.
All right.
They win in the regular season against the Chiefs and then lose in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Our last NFL game.
Seahawks at Commanders.
I was struggling with this one. This is, at the Commanders, as you said. But I think this
Sunday night.
I think this is a pretty even matchup. And so I was kind of going back and forth on it. I'm like, who do I like more, Sam Darnold or Daniels? I don't know, but I think I'm going to go with the Commanders.
Wow. Have we ever had 3 agreements? Because I'm also taking the Commanders.
Oh, I don't know if we have.
So it all comes down to...
Upset special.
I am going with a wild upset here.
Okay.
But they did it for me earlier in the season, and I think they can do it again. I picked Florida to upset Texas at home. I think Florida has something special that happens to them. It's like an energy when they play in Jacksonville. And this is a rivalry game, so I think they can get it done. I think Florida will upset Georgia this weekend.
All right. You know what? I like that pick. I definitely considered it.
Okay.
But I'm not going that way, of course. That'd be crazy if I agreed on your upset.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
I'm going with my instincts here. My instincts tell me USC is not going to go on the road to Nebraska and win. It's a long road trip, but more importantly, the low in Lincoln, Nebraska, this is a Saturday night game, is 30 degrees.
Woo!
The high in Lincoln, Nebraska is about the same as the low in LA this week.
Yeah.
These USC kids are not going to be ready for this. I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't think either defense is particularly good, but I just think that Nebraska finally gets a win. They probably rush the field, tear down the goalposts.
Well, they need
the whole thing.
They need this. Matt Rule just signed till 2032.
I think that's a big bonus for them too. He's locked in and focused.
They
and
need
feeling
this
good.
big win, and I agree. They're going to be locked in and very, very focused, and them signing him to 2032 just proves that.
Happy Halloween, 8772 Radio U. I'm dressed up as a pirate. Blimey. Yar. Aly?
I'm dressed up as a librarian.
Still a librarian. If you haven't heard, there's been something suspicious going on here at Radio U. There's been a murder.
Yes, indeed. A murder in our first...
It's really jazzy music for a murder.
Well, that's because it's the year 1987, Hudson. But when we did our first break about our Halloween murder mystery, you met DJ Ricky Reed, who was killed the night of the Haunted Hollow High homecoming after party, which took place at the Crimson Hollow Mansion. Crimson Hollow Mansion, let's hear about the setting here, Hudson. A creaky, supposedly haunted house outside of town. Once owned by a rich recluse, it's now the go-to spooky hangout spot for teens. There's fog creeping in, candles flickering, and a storm brewing outside. The perfect mix of mystery and chaos. Now, as you analyze this scene, again, Ricky was killed on his own turntable, which electrocuted him.
Okay.
Here are some clues that you find at the scene.
All right, listen along. I need help solving this.
Clue number 1. There's a lipstick print on the broken record, but it's smudged with motor oil. Clue number 2. Someone tampered with the wiring, but used very specific equipment that only 1 or 2 people could have accessed. Clue number 3. A piece of a Letterman jacket was found near the fuse box, but the fuse box wasn't touched. The tampering happened inside the DJ booth. Clue number 4. A burned lyric sheet mentions electric revenge, but it's clearly written maybe after the party started. Last clue, clue number 5. The principal's car was there, evidenced by a selfie that was taken outside of the mansion. Those are your clues.
These are our clues.
Yep.
All right. So now we just need to know who we're choosing between.
I was going to say, coming up, you'll have to interview the suspects.
All right. 8772 Radio U. If you have any guesses, we already heard from Chad who says video definitely killed the radio star, which makes sense. That was his guess. Flight was just delayed from Chicago to Des Moines, or from Des Moines to Chicago, I should say. And this is a reason for a flight delay that I can honestly say I've never seen in my entire life.
Uh-oh.
All the news we've read, I've never seen a flight delayed for this reason. A United Airlines flight that was apparently, they had to deplane all of the passengers before the flight took off because of a crew disagreement. As in, flight attendants had gotten into a fight.
Oh, no.
And it could not be resolved. And it got so heated to the point where the in-flight duty manager pulled all crew and said they needed to recrew the flight entirely.
Wow. Basically, like, saying, like, all of you guys are grounded.
Yeah. They sent everybody home or to their hotel in Des Moines.
Yeah.
And it was like, we need an entirely new crew of flight attendants, which I imagine you only have who's there in Des Moines at the time.
Right. The turnover is probably not super quick.
Yeah. So what wound up taking, the flight landed 4 hours and 12 minutes later than expected once it finally was recrewed and they were able to take off and everything. 4 hours and 12 minutes later than its scheduled time. thanks to this crew fight. What do you think? What could they possibly have been fighting about?
I don't know. Obviously, super unprofessional to allow something like this to happen. That you can't even have your flight now.
Unless it was a safety thing where one of them was like, no, we can just leave it. It's just we're just flying from Des Moines to Chicago. It'll be fine. And the other one was like, no, the passengers' lives are on the line. That's the only reason that it could be acceptable.
Right. Yeah. I mean, obviously the in-flight manager had seen enough and had seen enough to the point where they were thinking it's either, not safe to fly with this crew or it's just better to move on and let this crew cool off a little bit and have somebody else come in. So they had to make that decision. I'm sure it wasn't an easy one to try and make, but something happened that was bad enough for them to need to make that.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't. Maybe they were fighting over who has to clean up Mark Schler's pee on the bathroom floor.
Oh, gross. Gross. I wouldn't want to do that either.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I'll tell you what. Something just makes me think that all this could have been avoided if Nathan Fielder was there.
Oh.
If he just could have helped teach them some communication skills like he's been trying to do.
Yeah.
I think everything would have been fine.
Sure. Kim Kardashian has gotten herself in trouble with NASA.
Uh-oh. How did this happen?
Well, in what appears to be a clip from her show, The Kardashians, Kim Kardashian claimed in a conversation with Sarah Paulson that she doesn't believe humans ever walked on the moon.
Okay.
Saying she's seen a million articles debunking the 1969 event.
So that's what she's doing when she's not on camera, is scrolling on her phone reading articles about how the moon landing is fake.
Yes, we all know Kim Kardashian,
the moon
a big
landings,
reader.
by the way. She's saying we've never been.
Yeah.
There's been more than just the one time that we went.
Exactly.
Supposedly, according to her.
Right. She referenced an interview with Buzz Aldrin where he supposedly said the footage of the landing was staged, though the interview actually had Aldrin discussing something else entirely.
Okay.
He wasn't talking about the moon landing. In response, NASA's acting administrator Sean Duffy publicly corrected her, tweeting that humans have landed on the moon 6 times. As you pointed out, it's happened more than once. And he also noted that right now NASA is planning to return humans to the moon under the Artemis program. And he said, since the future cannot yet be fact-checked, maybe she'll believe that actually happened when it does.
Yeah, that one I might be on her side, that we're not going back anytime soon. But I watched the clip of the Buzz Aldrin thing that I think she's talking about, and that's where he's like, he was asked what's the scariest thing about going to the moon, and he says that we wouldn't go, or something like that, where basically he's not saying that they didn't go, he's saying it was scary, the thought that they wouldn't be able to make it.
Yeah.
Or that it wasn't going to,
that it wasn't gonna
never going to
happen.
come to fruit.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying that they didn't, that they faked it. I obviously believe in the moon landing because I watched the Mythbusters episode where they proved it.
Yeah.
I also watched the clip where Kim Kardashian is talking to Sarah Paulson, and Sarah Paulson's in such a tough spot because she's like doing her makeup or something.
Oh, no.
And she's looking at her phone, but she knows she's on camera. And so what she's supposed to do when you have a crazy person going, we never went to the moon. And I often find that it's better when somebody's saying something so obviously crazy to me.
Yeah.
I usually find that it's better to just go along than try to argue with them.
I know.
Because especially when it's something like this, like you're not going to win
Right.
against them.
Right. It just feels dumb to argue against somebody when, in my opinion, it's like their argument alone is pretty wild. And so it just feels like you're lowering yourself down to that level if you try and argue against them.
But when they say there's like a million articles about how we didn't go.
Right. A million.
Like, what about all the millions of videos and articles about how we did go?
Right.
What about all the other interviews with Buzz Aldrin and all the other guys that went to the moon?
Right.
Where they talk about what it was like going to the moon.
Right.
Besides the one clip that you saw
The
where he says
astronauts-
it's scary that we wouldn't go.
Right. The astronauts that are still alive that went to the moon because we're still going to the moon in the 80s.
Yeah.
And so it's not like it just happened in 1969. So yeah, this is just a wild claim by Kim Kardashian. But are we surprised? It's Kim Kardashian.
Also, do you believe that she doesn't believe that we went to the moon, or did she just say this because it would be good to juice up the show a little bit.
Honestly, that might not be a bad claim there because she seems to be only concerned about doing things that would, lend to her fame. She's very conscious about that. And so, yeah, I think that might be a good thought.
I mean, it's gotten her on our show. And when was the last time she was on our show?
I don't think we've ever talked about her.
It worked. There's been a new break in the case.
Yes, a little update for you all if you have missed out. Right now, Hudson is a detective trying to solve the murder of DJ Ricky Reed, who was killed on the night of Hollow High's homecoming after party at Crimson Hollow Mansion, an abandoned, supposedly haunted mansion on the edge of town. He was killed by his own turntable. He was electrocuted on it. He's a DJ, and we're going to meet the suspects right now.
Before you give us the suspects, based off of the clues, Regina said it's the football star who works part-time as a mechanic. He's mad because the DJ stole his girlfriend.
She might be onto something with a few things.
But she also says she's never gotten only murders right. So she's 0 for 5 on that.
Well, let's hope you get this right. Okay, so the first suspect is Tiffany Sparks, the head cheerleader. Her connection...
Wait, Sparks?
Sparks.
He was electrocuted?
The connection. She's Ricky's ex-girlfriend. The motive. He dumped her live on air last week.
Wow.
Humiliating
a savage
her
move.
in front of the whole school. Next character, Brad Sparks. Brother to Tiffany Sparks. The football captain. Yes. Motive for him, protecting family honor and his ego. Another note that you find out while you're interviewing him, Detective Hudson. Brad is in woodshop, meaning he has access to some tools. Luna Graves, the goth girl. Connection, she's the school outcast who used to help Ricky with his music mixtapes. Motive, Ricky stole one of her beats and took full credit for it. Principal Pennyworth, the strict principal. Connection, this principal hated Ricky's rebellious influence on the students. Motive, they wanted to shut down that party permanently, and her car was parked outside the mansion, as proven by that selfie. Last suspect, Johnny Jones, the tech nerd. Connection, he set up the sound system for Ricky. The sound system that got him electrocuted. Motive, Ricky promised him credit on a mixtape and never delivered.
Oh, no.
There's your suspects.
All right. This is a stumper. So we'll have to take a few minutes, take like 30 minutes to think about this and, think.
Where are you leaning so far?
I think Regina is onto something.
Okay.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
All right.
But the other people, they seem a little guilty too.
And remember all the clues that we've talked about too.
Yeah.
So there are things tied to each person.
As we've gone through the show, we've given some clues and evidence here on who the murderer may be of DJ Ricky Reed, the school DJ from 1987. Let us know your guess at 8772 RadioU. We'll find out the exciting conclusion in a little bit. Get your popcorn ready. It's our Friday tradition, the weekend watch list, letting you know which movies are new that you could be watching in theaters and at home this weekend. We'll start with Stitchhead. Sounds a little spooky for Halloween, right?
Sure.
Stitchhead. Fulbert Freak Finder convinces a mad professor's monstrous creation to star in his traveling circus. Stitchhead is now in theaters. It has a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. Owen Gleiberman of Variety says the movie, despite its storybook images, is neither toothless, or is rather toothless, with a plot that runs out of gas. Stitchhead is now in theaters. It is an animated movie. It's for families.
Oh.
Yeah, did you think Fulbert Freak Finder, you thought that was like a real horror movie?
No, I did not, but I don't know what I was expecting with Stitchhead.
Yeah, that is literally, there's nothing in theater, nothing new. They're just not releasing anything in theaters this weekend.
Wow.
Besides that, I don't know why.
Okay.
But there are a few movies you could be watching at home, such as Hedda, starring Tessa Thompson and directed by Nia DaCosta. Hedda finds herself torn between the lingering echo of a past love and the quiet suffocation of her present life.
Uh-oh.
Hedda is now on Prime Video. It has a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
And Natalie Winkleman of the New York Times says, while Nia DaCosta's intelligence as a writer and director makes Hedda a standout film, her penchant for play makes it a delightful one.
Oh.
So they like Hedda.
They like it a lot.
Doesn't sound like the type of thing I'd be into, but it is there. Also out this weekend, Ballad of a Small Player, starring Colin Farrell.
Oh,
I like
okay.
that, right?
Yeah.
When his past and his debts start to catch up with him, a high-stakes gambler laying low in Macau encounters a kindred spirit who might just hold the key to his salvation. Ballad of a Small Player is now on Netflix. It has a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. Randy Myers of the San Jose Mercury News says, Ballad of a Small Player, in the end, does overplay its hand in the style department, but is sadly a bust in the substance department.
Dang.
Overplay its hand. It's a movie about gambling.
Wow.
Good job, Randy Myers. That is a well-written little snip of a review.
Yes.
Finally, The Cut, starring Orlando Bloom. Given one last shot at glory, a former boxing champion has just 6 days to make weight for a title fight. His obsession soon leaves him at the mercy of a notorious trainer who takes every last ounce from his mind, body, and soul.
Ooh, that kind of is giving me Whiplash vibes.
Maybe, but not as good. The Cut is now on Paramount Plus. It has a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. And Peter Subzinski of RogerEbert.com says, while the film may not go about its expected narrative path, it never quite manages to make itself into anything interesting or edifying.
Oh.
And winds up wasting an undeniably committed performance from Orlando Bloom in the process.
That stinks.
If you're an Orlando Bloom completionist, The Cut is for you. Otherwise, maybe not that good.
Yeah.
That's what's new this weekend. So not exactly a star-studded, not a Mount Rushmore of greats to choose from. Also, though, Jurassic World Rebirth is on Peacock, and the Twilight movies are in theaters this weekend.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably like the 20th anniversary or something.
Probably.
Of the first one, maybe.
Is it that old? That's kind of nuts to me, but
Might
okay.
be close, yeah. Maybe not. I don't know. Aly, you're going to be watching Only Murders.
I am. I'm so excited.
And I'm going to be in a teepee. I don't even think I'll have electricity.
You probably won't even have a TV, nothing.
No, yeah. And whatever I do have, I'll be using to keep track of sports.
Yeah, you have to keep track of the scores of the games that we picked.
Yeah. I believe we've had one more break in the case.
Yes, it is time to finally reveal who killed DJ Ricky Reed.
We've had some good guesses.
We have indeed. Do you want to read off some of these guesses?
Yeah, so Regina initially, before we even knew who the options were, said it was a football star.
And there is a football star involved,
yeah,
of course.
Then she said, after hearing the clues, it's either the brother of the cheerleader, that was something Sparks.
Brad
Bobby Sparks. Brad Sparks. Or the tech guy who's trying to make it look like the cheerleader brother is guilty.
Johnny Jones.
We also heard from Nate, who says Tim Cheese was the murderer.
Didn't know he was an option.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Can you run through quickly the characters again?
Yes, absolutely. So here are the characters. We heard from Tiffany Sparks, the head cheerleader, Ricky's ex-girlfriend. He dumped her live on the air last week.
Yep.
Pretty bad. Brad Sparks, who is Tiffany's brother, and he is the captain of the football team, and he, his motive is that he's protecting family honor. He works woodshop, so he could have access to some tools that would help him out to, maybe mess up, rig the turntable, which is what ended up electrocuting Ricky Reed to death. Luna Graves, the goth girl who was the school outcast who used to help Ricky with his mixtapes. Ricky stole one of her beats and never gave her credit, and so she might have some revenge in mind. Principal Pennyworth, the strict principal, she hated how Ricky's rebellious influence really influenced the students, and so she wanted to shut down the party permanently, and her car was seen parked outside the mansion. And then Johnny Jones, the tech nerd, he set up the sound system for Ricky, and Ricky promised him credit on a mixtape and never delivered.
Susanna says she thinks it's the tech guy
Okay.
that you just mentioned.
Johnny Jones?
Yeah. My guess is the principal.
Okay, the principal.
The principal would have access to the tools as well because she's the principal. She can go anywhere she wants. Why would her car be at this mansion for the party if she was there for what other reason would she have to be there than to shut it down? And maybe it was an accident. Maybe she just tried to mess with the turntable just to not make the party go on. And then when that didn't work, then things took a turn for the worse. And she had access to the Leatherman jacket.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the brother.
Okay.
And he's the only one that seems like he would have a Leatherman jacket.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, are you ready to find out who did it?
Let's hear it.
Well, Detective Hudson, you've examined the clues, the lipstick, the jacket, the wiring, the burned lyrics, and the principal's car. Everyone looked guilty, but only one person had the perfect mix of revenge and showmanship. The killer is Tiffany Sparks.
Oh, we all were fooled.
The ex-girlfriend. That's right, the head cheerleader, the ex-girlfriend, the queen of drama herself. Turns out Tiffany didn't just come to the party to win back Ricky. She came for payback after he dumped her live on the air and humiliated her in front of the entire school. She planned the ultimate encore, but Tiffany did not act alone. Tiffany convinced Johnny Jones, the tech nerd, to help her fix the sound system, pretending she wanted to help him get credit for his work, but behind his back, she swapped one of the power cables with a frayed extension cord from the wood shop, coated in motor oil, which explains the smudged lipstick and grease found on the record.
Ooh.
She figured Ricky would get a quick shock, just enough to scare him, but the thunderstorm outside amped up the current,
No.
turning her prank into a fatal finale. But when the lights flickered, Tiffany screamed louder than anyone, not out of fear, but guilt. And so under the flashing strobe lights of Crimson Hollow Mansion, DJ Ricky Reed dropped his final beat, thanks to the biggest fan turned fatal femme fatale, Tiffany Sparks.
How are we supposed to know this? It was the perfect crime. She should have gotten away with it. I didn't see anybody get it right. Susanna did say the principal could just call the cops.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think she was trying to shut down the party. I think that's why she was there.
Once again, scientists have discovered an entirely new type of dinosaur. It's crazy that we keep finding new ones, although this one is unique. This one was thought, it's a dinosaur that we thought we already had discovered. We thought it was just a teenage T-Rex.
Oh, okay.
Turns out this is a mini T-Rex, or as they have named it, the Nanotyrannus.
That is an insult.
It does seem like it is definitely diminutive towards this. I'm glad this dinosaur isn't around to see this today.
Yeah, come on.
This is, so in Montana, they discovered a skull of what they thought was a teenage Tyrannosaurus Rex years ago in 1946. That has long been the subject of debate. Was this an entirely different type of T-Rex entirely? Or was this just a not fully grown, a teenager? Yeah. But now they say that they found an entire skeleton that backs up the idea that this was a different type of T-Rex, a different type of dinosaur entirely. A dinosaur now being called the Nanotyrannus.
Okay. I mean, the image is pretty neat of like the head.
The skull, it looks like pretty complete and fresh, well preserved.
I'm very impressed with that discovery. That's so neat. Honestly, I need to look more into these like dino fossil recoveries and all this stuff that they find because it's pretty neat.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
It was an interesting quote, too, what they said, the researchers who were working on this. They said, if this taxonomic hypothesis is incorrect, so too is much of what we know about our planet's most thoroughly studied extinct vertebrates.
Okay.
So, in other words, we don't actually know that much, even though we've studied a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, we can't be certain.
Which is what I always say.
Right.
How do we know we're putting the bones together? How do we know that's what they looked like? Did they have feathers? Did they not? Is that even are those even the right bones fitting together the right way?
Yeah.
I feel like we never know.
Right. Well, I remember, I can't remember when it came out, but there was a documentary that was like kind of like, those Planet Earth documentaries that are really cool. And they've got like David Attenborough like voicing it or, doing a voiceover. And they did it and it was all animated, but made to look real of dinosaurs. And I was thinking the whole time, I was like, this is all speculation about how the dinosaurs would act and interact with one another and what they actually look like and stuff. And so, yeah, I feel the same way. We can't really be certain about any of this
There's
stuff.
a lot of assumptions that are made based off of the limited amount of knowledge that we actually can reasonably confirm.
Yeah.
But then they'll be like, well, because it looked like this and its skeleton was like this, it must have sounded like this.
Right. It's like,
and,
no.
Are you sure about that, though?
Yeah.
Are you actually sure about that? If you had my skeleton, could you tell what I sounded like if that's all you had to go off of?
Probably not.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a stretch. It's a stretch. And this is why we're still having new dinosaurs discovered and of skeletons we had already found.
Right. Thanks for listening to the RadioU podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.